If you're trying to find a repeatable and simple trading strategy that you can use every single day to make consistent profits in the market, this video is for you. I'm going to be showing you my 1-minute scalping strategy that you can use every single day within the first 2 hours of market open. It's super beginner friendly, requires no bias, and all you need is just one candle. So with that being said, I'm going to be breaking down the full strategy and do a week of backtesting. So let's get into it. So before we get into the backtesting portion of this video, I want to explain exactly what this strategy is in 3 simple steps. So you can see the first thing you want to do is mark out your previous day high and your previous day low. So this is on your daily time frame. So the reason why we mark out the daily candles, your previous day highs and lows, is because these areas are used as targets because there's a lot of liquidity resting above and below those highs and lows. The next thing you want to do is go on to the 1 or 5 minute. This is the first candle at New York session open. So as soon as 9:30 a.m. opens, you want to mark out the first candle high and low. This is what's called the opening range candle. This can be done on the 1 or 5 minute chart. And the next thing you want to do is wait for a break and retest above or below your opening range candle. So either way, for a move towards the upside, what you want to look for is a break above your opening range candle with displacement for a continued push towards the highs. And if you're bearish, you want to wait for a break underneath your opening range candle low for that continuation towards the downside. I'm going to show you exactly what the strategy entails. You guys might have seen my video on the 5-minute break and retest. It's one of my most popular videos, and now we're essentially going to incorporate the 5-minute opening range break and retest in combination with your previous day highs and low candle. So let's see exactly what this looks like on a line chart. So as you can see, we have a line illustration, and what we want to have marked out is your previous day's high and your previous day's low, as you can see right here. So this is essentially step number 1 completed. Step number 2 is mark out the first opening candle at New York session open. This means you can do this on the 1 minute or the 5-minute time frame. So right here you can see I have the first candle marked out on the New York session open, and now what we want to do is wait for a break above your opening range candle for continuations towards your previous day's high. So this is the bullish case scenario of the opening range break and retest, where we're going to look to trade it towards the upside. If we're going to trade this towards the downside, it's the exact same thing but the complete opposite. So we're going to mark out your previous day high, and now we're going to mark out your previous day low candle. So we completed step number 1. Step number 2 is mark out your first candle of New York session open. So you can mark out the opening range candle low and opening range candle high. And now what we want to do, if we're bearish, you want to wait for a break underneath your opening range candle low, a retest of this level for continuations down towards your previous day lows. So that's where your target's going to be. So you can see the strategy is fairly simple. All we're doing is marking out the first candle at New York session open, and we're going to target the previous day's candle high or low. That's all what we're doing. As you can see, it's super easy, it's super mechanical, and now let's hop right into the charts and backtest this strategy. So as you can see, we're on my first day here, and we're going to follow these 3 steps. So the first thing we're going to do is mark out your previous day's low, and now we're going to mark out your previous day's high. So we have this marked out. Now we can go on to the lower time frames and mark out our opening range candle. So as you can see, we're on the 1-minute time frame here, and what I'm going to have marked out now is your opening range high and your opening range low on the first 1-minute candle. So I'm going to be doing this on the 1-minute time frame. You can do this on the 5-minute, you can do this on the 15-minute, you can go back test this yourself. I personally prefer the 1 and 5-minute candles. So what we're going to be doing is looking for a break below, retest, and continuation towards your previous day lows, or we're going to be waiting for a break above with displacement, continuation for that push back towards the upside. What we want to do is wait for a strong break with displacement above or below your opening range high and low, and look for a retest and continuation towards your previous day high or your previous day low. So now let's play the tape. So right here, you can see that we have displacement towards the downside. What we're going to be doing is looking for the retest of your opening candle print for that continuation down towards your previous day's low. So you can see right here, price is coming back up towards your opening candle range low on the 1 minute time frame. What I like to do is wait for price action for confirmation around the key areas. So right now you can see we don't have a reaction, so I'm not going to look to take a short, right? I have to wait for confirmation around those key levels for me to have a higher probability setup. That's how I personally like to trade. I like to wait for confirmation candles around those key areas. So you can see right here, I have the first 30 minutes played out, and I don't really see a nice entry that I personally would have liked to take. As you can see, we don't really have any real reactions around these key areas. I personally am not going to look to trade. I'm not going to look to force a trade if the setup's not there. You can see we had to push towards the downside. Price didn't want to head lower, so I don't take the trade. And you can see we broke above towards the upside. No real displacement, no real confirmations that price wants to move higher. So for me, this day would have been a no trade day on Tesla. So now you can see we're on the second day here, and as always, we're going to mark out your previous day's high, and we're going to mark out your previous day's low. So now after this, we can go into the next step, which is mark out the first candle of market open. So you can see right here, what we have is the first candle played out, and what we're going to mark out is your opening range high, and we're going to mark out your opening range low candle. Now what we like to do is wait for a break towards the upside for a continuation higher, or we're going to wait for a break below underneath your opening range candle, look for continuation towards the downside. So as you can see right here, if you were to trade this towards the upside, we would be above your previous day highs level. So instead of targeting your previous day highs, what you'd be looking for is a 1 to 2, or you'd be looking for that next key level towards the upside. So now we'll play out the tape. Price, you can see big rejection off of your previous day highs, and now you can see we're well underneath your opening candle range low as well. So if clear displacement towards the downside now, what we'll be looking for is a retest of your opening range candle low for continuations towards the downside. So right here, you can see we're coming back into your opening candle range low. We'll wait for a reaction and to see if price wants to head lower. So right here, you can see we have the reaction around your previous day low level. That's where I'm going to look to go short with a stop, just a break above. And of course, I'm going to be looking to target your previous day low level, which is all the way towards the downside. I can also mark out your low of day, and I can look to take a partial position off at low of day and leave trailers towards your previous day lows. So you can see right there, price is delivering nicely towards the downside, holding your opening range low, as you can see, fairly nicely. Now we just hit low of day, so I can look to take half my position off right there. And you can see right there, I would have ended up taking my final position off at previous day's low. So that ended up being a super solid trade, netting us $376 for the day off of 100 shares. So now let's go on to the next day that we have. So now we're on the next day here, and what we're going to mark out is your previous day highs and lows. Once again, we're going to mark out your previous day low, and we're going to mark out your previous day highs. And now we're going to wait for the first 1 minute candle to form at New York session open. So as always, we're going to mark out your first opening candle, which is your opening candle high and your opening candle low. And of course, what we're going to be doing is waiting for a break underneath your opening candle range low if we're going to look to short for continuation towards the downside, or we're going to wait for a break above your 215, your opening range high, for continuation back up towards your previous high day. So far, we're getting that break above your opening candle range high. You can also see we have a mini form of displacement here, which is an impulsive move towards the upside. So now what we'll be looking for is the reaction around your opening candle range high for that continued move back towards the upside. So you can see right there, we have two candles here showing that buyers are stepping off your 215.40 area. So that's where I'm going to look to get in with a stop just a break below. And as always, right, I'm going to be looking to target, in this case, your previous day's high. So as you can see right here, what we have is a 1 to 7 risk to reward ratio, which is fairly far away. So what I'm going to mark out is partial targets. So I'm going to mark out a 1 to 2, and I can mark this out as a potential key area to look to take profits. And then I can extend this all the way back towards the upside. So let's play this out. So right there, you can see I just took off half my position after hitting a 1 to 2. Now I'm going to look for that next level, which is all the way towards your previous day highs. So right there, as you can see, I would end up cutting my position right there for the rest of my trailers in profit as it came back down underneath your 218 level. Still end up being a super solid trade. Didn't quite end up gravitating towards your previous day high level. As you can see, it had plenty of room, so it doesn't need to hit your previous day highs for you to make money. So now let's go into the next day. So now we're on the 4th trading day of the week. And of course, we're going to mark out your previous day's high and we're going to mark out your previous day's low. So after marking out your previous day high and previous day low, we're going to mark out your first candle of market open. So you can see we have the first candle played out, and as always, we're going to mark out your opening candle high and your opening candle low. And what we're going to be doing is waiting for a break above your opening candle high for a move towards your previous day high, or a break underneath 218 for that continued push back down towards your previous day's low. Right here, based off the first couple candles, you can see we have a lot of displacement towards the downside. So what we're going to be doing is looking for this area to be used as a retest for continuations back down towards your previous day low. As you can see, sellers are stepping in off of this opening candle range low. After this confirmation candle, you can look to get in with stops just to break above. And as always, you can be looking to target your low of day and your previous day lows as well. So you can see right there, price just ended up hitting low of day fairly quickly. We can look to take half our position off at low of day. And right there, you can see price delivered fairly nicely towards the downside, where I ended up taking off my final position off at previous low of day. So now let's go on to the final day of the week. So as always, what we're going to have marked out is your previous day's high and your previous day's low. And now we can go on to the 1 minute time frame to mark out your opening range candle high and low. So right here, you can see we have our opening range candle. We can mark out our high. We can mark out our opening candle range low. So now what we can be looking for is a break underneath your opening candle range low for a move down towards your previous day low, or we can be looking for a break above your opening range candle for a move back towards the upside. So far, you can see we're having a nice reaction off your opening candle range high. You can see right here, we're having a nice reaction off of our opening range candle high. You can see that the buyers are stepping in off this 214 area. So that's enough for me to get in with a stop just a break below. And I'm looking for continuations back towards your previous day's high. So you can see right there, as soon as I entered, price immediately reversed and I ended up getting stopped out at your opening candle range low for a loss of $285. So that concludes our week of backtesting. Now let's go and see the results that this strategy has produced. So as you can see, I have the trading results pulled up. So on day one, as you can see, we didn't win and we didn't lose. So it was a net break-even day. On day number 2, we ended up making $376. On day number 3, as you can see right here, we ended up making $199.50. Day number 4, we ended up making $247.50. And then in day number 5, we end up losing $285. So as you can see, if we add up the total P&L for the green days, it totals up to $823. And if we add up the total red days, it equates to $285 in the red. If we took every single trade with 100 shares, we would be left with a total P&L of $538 to end off the week. As always, go into the charts, go in and backtest the strategy yourself. Let me know how you guys do in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, I appreciate if you guys drop me a like and sub, and I'll see you guys next week for a brand new video. Peace.